An Entrepreneur Introduction. This book is about the guy or gal who runs, owns, or manages a business from a human relations, people, and soft skills point of view. I created another book for the nuts and bolts hard skills view of starting and running a business. It's about helping a person run a business, about who he or she is supposed to be, what they should know and do in different situations. My other business book is about the functions of running a business, like the business plan, business structure, cash flow, insurance, taxes, etc. How does the business leader do his or her job effectively with inspiration and joy for the process? You have to love what you do to survive and thrive. Some people love the art of business. Look at all the business books written by CEOs like Donald Trump, Jack Welch, Lee Iacocca, Robert Iger, etc. Type books by CEOs into a search engine and you get several lists of books back. These books are ghost-written, whitewashed autobiographies of CEOs written in story form to make them interesting and inspirational. Even though there are tidbits of useful information in them, they're all lies, because all CEOs are narcissists with a delusional sense of how good they are. A few CEOs might be truly good people, but it's very hard to not take advantage of the power you get when you're in charge of many people's lives. I heard that the cutesy hippie story of Ben and Jerry's is a myth. Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield, two supposedly gay hippies, sold out to Unilever, ssir.org/article/entry/the_truth_about_Ben_and_Jerry's. Don't believe all the hype you hear about wonderful, charismatic, larger-than-life business tycoons. Virtually every big-time operator has to be a cutthroat, psychopathic Machiavellian type. The Machiavellian ideology from the book The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli, about getting ahead by being as evil and cunning as you can be, and if you get caught, blame and deny. You almost have to be that way because the business world is so competitive with so many people trying to make it there, that if you're a nice guy, you'll get used and spit out. You can be a decent person and stand your ground with moral standards like I did, which netted me a moderate level of success because I was not ambitious to the extent of steamrolling everybody to get what I wanted. I wanted to go to work to do a decent job, and that was it for me. I wasn't really ambitious. I wanted to work for the sake of doing a decent job. I wasn't a social climber. I didn't play politics. I didn't suck up to anybody. I tried to do an honest day's work every day. I was decent to everybody. My standard was do the job, and that's it. I never crossed the line into insulting or belittling anybody because I was totally aware that I don't own anybody or control them. I have the right to manage somebody for 8 hours a day to do our work, but beyond that, it's not my place to impose on other people's human rights or dignity. Many bosses abuse their power. It's an unsung epidemic. Forget about harassment laws. In most places, if the worker tries to fight against an evil boss, they're fired. End of story. If somebody is a bad boss, it creates a toxic workplace. The workers will get back at him by stealing stuff and otherwise sabotaging the business. The number one criteria for success across all fields is your ability to get along with people. It's not about your ability to dominate people or bully them. It's about an ability to be friendly and get the job done with the least amount of stress as possible, sometimes called a win-win situation. I was raised in the old school of charismatic elitist leadership, sometimes called the great man theory, about fake idealistic wonderful dominant men and women who know how to lead and supposedly inspire awe and loyalty from their subordinates. I was brought up with the hierarchy of needs theory by Abraham Maslow, who claimed that there are a certain few of us who are natural-born self-actualized people, superior to average people with a seemingly divine right to lead the unwashed masses. General Patton, as portrayed in the movie with George C. Scott, is an example of this type of leader. Another one is Peter O'Toole portraying Lawrence of Arabia in the movie, with that fake scene near the end when all the British officers cheer for him, which would never happen in real life because most officers and managers are narcissistic egomaniacs who think highly of themselves. They would never clap mightily for one of their peers unless it was fake, like all the patronage clapping that happens at a mess dinner. I stopped buying into the myth of the great leader as a young naval officer on a ship. When you live in close quarters with a bunch of people, you soon see that everyone is a fallible human being. In my day, there was a mystique about the elitist class. Nowadays, with everything on the internet, not many people look up to the leader propaganda anymore. Forbes magazine is still alive and well, but to me, most CEOs are stuck in the egomania of their jobs. Many young people don't buy into dominant leaders anymore. All their dirty tricks and scheming ways are exposed on their internet. Everyone is human. Everyone has weaknesses. Nobody has any rights to infringe on anyone else's dignity. This means they can't holler in your face or belittle you. If they do, they're a vile person trying to control you. A good leader is a non-assuming person with no desire for maniacal power over others. He just wants to get the job done, and that's it. As a young man, I went to 2 of Canada's military colleges. College Militaire Royal de Saint-Jean, now defunct. Royal Military College, Kingston, On. I was a 17-year-old kid relentlessly pummeled with leadership indoctrination. They had us all competing with each other in academic marks, physical fitness, a military score, and even peer assessments where everyone in a section numerically evaluated everyone else on 28 traits. I left there and went to work on a naval ship in ship supply. I was smart enough to keep my mouth shut and not act like some pompous leader with all that indoctrination that was pumped into me at military college. I learned quickly that there is a grapevine on the ship. If any officer tries to act like a pompous ass, everybody knows it soon enough and they try to sabotage and blacklist the guy. Then I went to work at a supply warehouse on base where I was in charge of 4 guys. I didn't try to reinvent the wheel. I didn't go in there with guns blazing trying to redesign the place with my leadership skills. I let things be the way they always were. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Everybody did their job. I didn't have to act like some pompous leader full of himself. They pummeled me with all these ideas about being a glorious charismatic elitist leader, but I knew I was a kid from the streets of Halifax who didn't want any power over anybody beyond getting the job done. They want leadership to be this all-encompassing thing where people are in awe of the leader because he's so superior. It's all crap. I don't look up to any ohm. There is nobody that charismatic to me, not one human being. The Bible says we're all sinners. That's it. If you look behind the facades of out so-called leaders, you'll see Machiavellian narcissists. The best way to be a leader is to be commonsensical, don't put on airs, don't act smarter than everybody. Focus on getting the job done. If in doubt, do what Jesus would do, act with love. Learn the skill of running your particular business. Don't micromanage people. Let them do their jobs unless they're incompetent or it's an emergency. Be pleasant. Don't demand they defer to you with excessive shows of submission. Be a team player. Reward good employees. Ignore the average workers. Try to get rid of them. Bad employees pollute others. There is a middle ground between the hippie leader and the autocratic leader. They call it Theory X and Theory Y. Theory X and Theory Y assume that people fall into 2 extremes. The good honest worker. The scheming lazy bum looking for shortcuts and things to steal. As a good bode, you have to be aware that there are good and bad in the bunch and everyone is a mixture of both. Many evil people in business start off as young naive idealists, but as they learn on about the real world, they compromise their morals one step at a time until they're full-fledged psychopaths. A good example of this is Ross Ulbricht, who supposedly started the Silk Road because he was a libertarian who believed in the free sale of drugs, but as he became a tycoon, he ordered hits on at least 2 people. The art of being a good manager is to demand that the workers do the job but never cross the line of their human rights and dignity by trying to bully them or acting superior to them. This is a common problem among many managers. They go too far. They abuse the power they have over their employees. They make employees do things just to make them squirm. There is a lot of evil egomania in the workplace. How does anyone succeed as a business leader? Do you have to be an evil asshole to make it in business? There is no doubt that many of the world's leaders are ice-cold psychopaths with the emotions of a reptile. Just watch some of the documentaries on our political AMD business leaders. I understand that people are out to get some guys like Trump and Blair who have their enemies, but at the same time these guys got to where they are because they're selfish narcissists. The operative term to success in life is to serve others. Give them what they want or need. If they don't know they need it yet, show them how it will help improve or simplify their lives. Don't be frivolous. Do something that helps people in some way. Find a need and fill it. What can you do to help others so that they will pay for it? That's fine as if you're a pure capitalist salesman. I got it from Og Mandingo's book The Greatest Salesman in the World about Jesus Christ, but a great leader does not just sell. He or she has to manage employees to do a number of tasks. That's the greatest challenge or sales job. Get good employees to do a good job, not just work for the hourly wage then cut off exactly at break time. You want workers who feel an emotional, spiritual, loving connection with the company and the boss, which happens if people are treated well. They give back if they feel they're getting respect and worthy pay. You have to trust them enough to give them some freedom to do the job. Everybody hates the helicopter boss and the boss who is so paranoid about employees stealing that he has them checked every time they leave work. This creates animosity. Workplace sabotage costs billions of dollars. Employees who feel they are treated badly take revenge on the boss. This book is not just fluff like how to motivate you. It's a combination of conduct and function. I tell you what I know about how to act, which is to be as real as possible, and tell you how to do certain things like hiring and firing. I also tell you what a bad boss is so you know you shouldn't be like that. There are many thousands of books, videos, podcasts, seminars, workshops, and courses on how to be a good leader and manager. The military has a 3-month course called Basic Officer Training School, which I took supposedly to create leaders. They say leaders are made, not born. I don't agree. There is a certain amount of charisma, alpha male, and female, energy, self-respect, physical look of nobility, and fine specimen of manhood or womanhood, and natural inspiration and intuition that makes a person a true leader that others respect, trust, and may be willing to die for, as in battle. Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, Napoleon, Hitler, Hannibal, Saladin, and a few others never took a leadership course, but they had something that inspired others to follow because they wanted to. Anybody can learn to be a manager. It's a matter of the guy with X amount of rules and tasks to do, and he can get the workers or soldiers to do these things by direct threat of punishment or implied threat, like if you don't do your job, you get fired. But to get people to do tasks because they want to, because they love you, trust you, and want to be part of this great community that you lead, that's a leader. It's spirit over rules or soul over letter of the law. Do people follow you because they're afraid of losing their job, or do they follow because they feel like they're part of a good to great team? People have to feel that you're out for their best interests, that you want to do something that everyone will benefit from. They don't want to feel that you're the sniveling asshole who doesn't know how to do things naturally, so you're by the book, following the rules even when they're stupid and detrimental to the task at hand. Quite often, the rules are wrong in many situations. I basically went from Machiavelli to Emily Post's Rules of Etiquette in this book. Machiavelli's The Prince is about the evil phony who will do anything to get ahead, including acting like the good guy, which is a big part of it. You can be as conniving as you want as long as you act like a good guy. Are there good leaders who care about their people over profit? I doubt they exist much in publicly traded companies where the CEO always answers to the board of directors and the stockholders. By the same token, I've seen really bad NGO CEOs take as much money and fringe benefits as they could. I think many of them are jealous of their capitalist counterparts. There are a few great CEOs of privately run companies that don't mind sharing the wealth with their employees, but they're rare. It's always a middle ground. You, as a leader in business, want to make as much money as possible without driving your workers like slaves such that they sabotage you any way they can and quit en masse. There is a high turnover rate at many companies because the leader is a jerk. You don't want that. Long-time employees are the best because they know how to do the job and are loyal. Treat them well. Treat the customers well. Do you need this book? I don't know. There are plenty of free articles online and plenty of books at hashtag 650 659 at the library. I give you inspiration, my life experience plus the knowledge from scanning at least 300 business books. Find hundreds of self-help books hashtag 155-158 and business management books at number 658 at the library. Entrepreneur magazines. Small Business Development Catalog. epub 1625. Des Plaines, Illinois 60017. 800-421-2300. Entrepreneur.com. EntrepreneurMag.com.